World's #1 bucket list expert. Bucket List Life's mission is to help you get off the treadmill, stop Groundhog Days, hack your habits, and live a regret-free life. Because we know life's way too short not to live your bucket list life. So please welcome your host, Trav Bell, the Bucket List Guy.
Hello, welcome to the Bucket List Life podcast once again. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is going live on a number of different social channels, and whether you're watching or if you're listening, welcome to another episode of the Bucket List Life podcast. You're going to absolutely love this one. I'm here with my guest all the way from Chile, Santiago in Chile, Lorena Lagniel. Did I say that? Did I say that right? I know I got Lorena right.
No, it sounds perfect. Perfect.
All right. Beautiful. Now, you speak Spanish. I do not. Speaking Spanish is on my bucket list. So we're going to do this in English, and your English is probably even better than mine. So we'll plow through. If you don't understand anything that I'm talking about, just let me know. Lorena, so you're in Santiago, Chile. Have you always lived there?
Yes, born and grown here in Santiago, Chile.
Beautiful, beautiful. Have you been to Australia yet?
No, it's also part of my bucket list. Not of the top 3, but it's there.
It's not the top 3.
No.
Oh. That's now you are one of our you're our first certified bucket list coaches in Chile. You were the first one. We'll get into that in a little bit, but right off the bat, I just want to thank you. I'm really, really grateful for you flying the certified bucket list coach flag over there in Chile. You're doing some amazing programs. You're helping a whole bunch of people. We've translated this thing into Spanish, and you really are making us proud over there, I must say. I haven't had the chance to thank you, and just that I'm immensely grateful for what you're doing over there. But you're a coach before we were on the scene, and you've added this to your suite of offerings. What have you been doing up until joining our tribe of bucket list coaches? What have you been doing, work-wise?
Well, before I was 10 years of my life working in marketing, really, in a marketing area from a multinational company. And despite being very grateful of all the personal and professional experience that this company gave me, at the end I started to realize that this wasn't making me really happy. I felt a strong empty space inside of me, sort of a meaning crisis, because I felt that all the work, all the effort that I was putting on this job wasn't really making a difference to the world.
Wow.
At the same time, I felt very, very bad because I had everything, I had finished my career, I had a great job that allowed me to buy my own house, I got married. I kind of did like all the checklists that people that you need to be happy, but still I felt that happiness hasn't arrived. And that made me feel at the same time very, very selfish,
Yeah, and so you change. You come out of corporate. You go to do your did you just launch into becoming a coach, or what made you become a coach? Let alone a bucket list coach, but why a coach?
I think. I really don't know how I got there, because at that time I was really sleepwalking in life. When you say that people sleepwalk in life, I felt totally represented myself on that, because I was at that point myself. But something inside me told me that life couldn't be just waking up at 7 a.m. every day, go to work, get back home, eat, sleep, and do everything again every single day. So I started to feel uncomfortable, and that uncomfortable situation made me had a conversation with a friend, and this friend just told me, you know what, I'm gonna study coaching. Why don't you investigate or find out more about this? And then in 2019, I decided to study ontological coaching. I don't know if in it's the same there. And there where I started the journey of self-knowledge, of personal growth, and I understood by becoming an ontological coach that happiness and a successful life for me wasn't just based on having a lot of external things. I needed to be useful to the world. I needed to teach. I needed to help people do something to have a better world. Because
do you see that a lot? You know, in Australia and the US, and I dare say Canada, and parts of Europe. But I'm not too familiar with Chile, or Chile. I'm saying it wrong. But do you find that do you see other people that are going through what you've been through, or that sleepwalking through their life, where they're Groundhog Day, as we say? Do you find, are you seeing people like that in Chile?
Unfortunately, yes. I mean, not only to my workshops, but also life, friends, family.
Wow.
It's people at the metro station. I mean, it's very normal. We kind of get into this speed machine where you can't stop, and you tend to postpone yourself and procrastinate on your own life. So it's very, very common here as well.
You know what? It's crazy because, when we started, I've been the bucket list guy for now 10 years and nothing's changed. People, as you've said, I'm sure in Spanish and so more eloquently put, people are dying at 40 and being buried at 80. They're on the treadmill of life. And with depression, the overprescription of antidepressants, people are disengaged in life, suicides, youth suicides, now we've got this thing called the loneliness epidemic. I thought, I've been talking about this stuff for 10 years. We've been certifying bucket list coaches for the last 3 years. And what I was really been surprised to hear that Chile, to me, from an Australian's point of view, and when I talk about Chile, I'm also talking about places like Costa Rica, and I thought it'd be a lot more free-spirited and people have a lot more choice and this sort of thing, and you wouldn't be going through the same sort of things that we are here in Australia, in the US to a certain extent, and other parts of the world, but it's kind of the same, right?
I think it's also, I live in Santiago, that is the capital. Normally, big cities tend to be this way. They don't help in that sense. Maybe people who live in small cities in Chile live a more life.
Yeah, for sure. It's really surprising. And so apart from that, why did you, you're a coach, a well-established coach, why did you also become a certified bucket list coach? What was it about what we were doing that got you interested?
Well, that it was many years for me being sleepwalking, and when you start studying coaching and personal growth stuff, you kind of get addicted to it. You kind of want to do everything. So I'm that sort of person that want to do everything. And after becoming a life coach or an ontological coach, I started numerology as well to start.
Wow, numerology.
Yeah. to start knowing or have more tools to get to know myself better.
Yeah.
And then I saw this announcement, I think in LinkedIn, of the bucket list coaching, and I'm the sort of people that love doing stuff that nobody else knows and does, and
You're a pioneer. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, and when I started investigating about it, it made total sense to me. And I always say people that for me the self-knowledge journey lasted 9 months when I became a life coach. And when I first got to know this bucket list coach methodology, I was so surprised that with us a so simple methodology, and at the same time very entertaining and different, unique. You get sort of like the not the same, but pretty good results about self-knowledge. I mean, to get to know you better. You only need 3 hours of your time to a workshop. So
and what's crazy is if you translate bucket list into Spanish, it makes no sense at all. How do you explain this to people?
Well, it has been a challenge.
Yes. Well, you've done well. You've done well. Your work, You know, look, on a personal level, what we ask this of every guest and definitely of every certified bucket list coach. But what are 3 things that you've done on your reverse bucket list? What are 3 things that really stand out for you? Let's get to know you personally, Lorena.
Okay. I'm gonna name one that I did before I became a bucket list coach, and 2 that I've done afterwards. So the first one was starting my own startup and my own business. This was something I always wanted to do. So that's part of your proud achievements. Okay.
Nice.
And the other 2, well, one was I always had the curiosity of about meditation, that what meditation could do to myself, and so I did the 90-day meditation challenge. I always said, like, I'm not going to be able to do this because I'm kind of the persons that to get a routine is very difficult for me, because I'm very, I don't know how you say, but do a lot of things at the same time.
Right.
I get lost in the way.
Center.
Yeah, I need focus. So I put it on my bucket list, and Sanjay, another bucket list coach, helped me. We had a conversation, and he said, well, what do you do every single day? And I said, okay, I eat. And what do you need for eating? So we started a conversation of what I needed to do to start doing the 90-day meditation challenge. And at the end, I just did it. And I recently, in January, I finished the 90-day, and it was an amazing experience. And I'm very proud because I incorporate meditation in my life now.
Perfect. That's what it's all about. Yeah, fantastic. And that's why, with the whole bucket list thing, is it's not just about the ticking a whole bunch of cool stuff off or checking it off. It's really about how we reverse engineer every aspect of our lives in order to make this stuff come to fruition. It's the growth of us on this journey towards these self-imposed destinations, right? But more importantly, it's about the person that exists on the other side of your bucket list. That's the person that we don't know yet. And what happens is, and that's what we want, right? That's what you want for your clients, and that's what I've always wanted for mine, is we want to help people get curiously excited about what's on the other side of their bucket list, because when you see yourself grow and develop, and it puts a smile on your face. It gives us that sense of meaning, purpose, and fulfillment, right? And some of the things on our bucket list are things that's, stick with us for life. And you've just said, all right, meditation, I've locked that in now. That's just part of what I did. But it was initially a bucket list item. We've got so many different examples of where people have just gone out of their comfort zone and entered a 5-kilometer run and then become Iron Men, Iron women, Iron men as a result. There's people that have gone and done improvisation classes as part of their getting out of their, conquer a fear bucket list and then become an actor. There's people that have started all these sorts of things because they've given themselves permission to take time out of their life, to work on their life, do a program. And that's what our programs are. They're just about helping people take time out of their life to work on their life and really map out this tangible life plan in the form of a bucket list. But it's what you discover and what sticks on the other side. That's the exciting part that we're trying to help people with, because people are dying at 40 and being buried at 80. They're living by default, not by design. They're existing and not living. And that's what we want to inspire people to live more fulfilled lives at the end of the day. So anyway, that rant is but do you want to add anything to that?
And the other thing that I was thinking that made me really happy is that you not only improve yourself, you not only discover a new version of yourself, but you inspire others to transform as well, because when you do things that you really, really want, people get excited. I mean, for example, in the meditation, telling people wrote me what app are you using? How do you do it? I want to start. So it's very nice that you don't just transform yourself. You kind of help others just by doing your bucket list.
Yeah. Got a couple of people saying true. There we go. True. Don't know who that is on Facebook, but true. And well done, Lorena. That's one of your fans. Yeah, you're right. It's we really can transform a lot about us but people have got to give themselves a chance, give themselves permission. It really is, and I've said this a lot recently, Lorena, too. It really is an opportunity for you to discover your own potential, and it's a self-leadership lesson. It's an opportunity for you to put your own oxygen mask on first before you can help others. Just like when we, take off in a plane and we're given that instruction. It's an opportunity for you to put your own oxygen mask on first before you can help others. It's an opportunity for you to reinvent yourself, recalibrate, and be a leader in your life for your kids, for your team, for your parents, for everyone else around you, because let's be honest, the world needs you right now, right? The world needs bucket listers.
Yeah, totally. I totally agree. And the last one that I had on my reverse bucket list is something that is also converting a future bucket list item, which is do a DNA test. I think you also did one.
Yes.
Did you go to the results?
Come on, all you have to do is go online and do your DNA test. I think nearly every coach, every one of our bucket list coaches has done a DNA test now. I found out just 2 weeks ago that I was 37% Irish.
Whoa, nice. You kind of look like an Irishman.
What the hell was that? What does that mean? I don't know. I was hoping to be more Chilean, maybe. No. So I'm 41% English or British, kind of Scottish. Hang on. It goes England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales. In how much I'm hanging on to the Irish part. 37% Irish, even though that's third. So you got to do it. It's pretty amazing.
No, I did it. And
you did it. You haven't got the results.
I have the results.
Oh, sorry. We're on reverse bucket list. All right. Yeah. So let me guess, you're Chilean.
No, no, yes, I mean 40% Mesoamerican or something like that. But the thing I was curious about was about if I had any Asian
Really?
ancestors, because all my life people had told me that, oh, you're Chinese, or you're Japanese, or like that. And when I was young, I felt really bad because I kind of hated my face because I looked like an Asian. And on the whole personal growth journey, I started like loving myself again.
Yeah, right.
So I think that like finding out this for me was to like kind of accept, if I have something, I accept it, and it's okay, and I love myself. And
There you
I'm
go.
1.7% Japanese.
1.7%. Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
an amazing thing. And at the end, you know what? Something nothing to do with the self-love thing, but I got to know a familiar, a person that was studied history, and
Yep.
he had a whole investigation about my ancestors. He
Oh,
started
wow.
sharing with me photographs and history documentation about my ancestors. So it was so cool to not only
Wow.
found that I was 1% Japanese, but also to find out more about my history. It was
Well,
very nice.
you know what? Martyelberg, another one of our certified bucket list coaches, he was the first to do this, and he sort of inspired me. He's like, when are you going to find? Because I'm adopted, and I've like always wanted to find out. And he's adopted as well, and he went and did it, and then went, oh my god! And he met his mother, as his natural mother, as a result of it.
Whoa.
Yes. So
I mean,
Marty, if you're watching, full on inspirational. Yeah. So who knows where it can lead. Okay. So 3 future bucket list items in the world of Lorena. So where's our future lie?
Okay. The first one is to be debt free.
Debt free. Ah, nice.
Yeah. The second one is to live abroad more than a year.
Australia.
This one is, I can't say it alive, but probably it's gonna happen sooner than later.
Oh.
And the other one is to help my grandmother write her history, her story.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so
excellent.
Kind of a legacy item of the bucket list.
Oh, wow, very cool. Yeah, kind acts for others. Yeah, amazing. What you could start that pretty soon, I'm sure. That the writing, the writing one.
Yeah.
Love it. Hey, so tell me, you've done some workshops. Why do you love being a certified bucket list coach?
Well, you know, what I love of having these 3 hours of my day with people is like I really connect with people on those 3 hours. In my workshops, we get emotional, we cry, we support each other's bucket list. So if someone doesn't want to cry, better not go to my workshop.
Yeah, it's not a prerequisite that you have to cry during a bucket list workshop, but there is. It's pretty. It gets people out of their comfort zone, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, I mean it's amazing. I mean, it's a simple question. I mean, what makes you happy? What gives purpose and meaning to your life? And people get really, really connected with themselves, what they're missing in their life.
It's kind of like we haven't. Yeah, people often say that they haven't been asked these questions before, or they haven't been given themselves permission or given themselves the space to really go into these areas or been asked these questions. So it really does, especially when we do group coaching, it really does unearth a lot of the things that people want to have more of, less of, in their life. It's in the years that I've been doing these, and you would have, and I'll get some examples from you, but it's really surprising what comes up, isn't it? Have you got an example?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really amazing when people realize that they can really be owners of their life.
Oh, yes, I love that.
Yeah, and yes, I mean, like thinking on maybe some examples. For me, it was really, really cool. One of the girls I went to my workshop, for example, always wanted to have her own startup as well. But she was working on a company with a regular hours. So she sent me like the picture. Look, we started. We just did it, and it's going very well. So that was for me very, very nice. And the other one is a girl that always wanted to climb the Everest. And
really,
yeah, and she sent me the other day like a print screen that look, I got in a training that they're gonna prepare myself physically all this year to, at the end of the year or at the beginning of the next year, do it and go to Everest Base Camp. So for me,
wow! Oh, she's going to Everest Base Camp or or the top of Mount Everest? Everest
Base Camp, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. Very cool.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel when you and you probably share another example if you've got one, but what's something else, like because you've done a few workshops now, and it's surprising, isn't it, how little that action can seem and how much it actually changes someone's life. It's like we like once again, we need to create that environment, that pressure cooker kind of environment of action in order to get people to move from where they are to where they want to be, right?
Yeah. I mean, that with that, I think I get paid. I feel very grateful of being like, I always think myself like a circumstance in their lives, because the workshop, I guide the workshop, but at the end, people are the workshop. People.
I love that.
They are the essence of it. So I'm very grateful that they also think on telling me what they have achieved afterwards, and that is absolutely I don't know, exciting. I feel grateful, fulfilled. Yeah. So I love it.
Thanks, Scotty. Scotty's given us one of these ones, clapping. And well done on the book too, buddy. Scott Andrews, just shout out, a mate from way back, has just completed and published a book around men's depression recently that is getting the word out and raising money around the awareness for men's depression. Definitely one of the things on his bucket list as well. Bit of self-healing in that, but more importantly, helping heal other guys here in Australia. So well done, Scotty. Public, well done, mate, and big project. That's what it's all about. Is about helping others in our unique way. And look, what would you say the benefits of the bucket list? What are the benefits of the bucket list program? Like, why is it so unique in your view?
Oof, I think it has a lot of benefits. I normally say, how can I explain all the benefits that this has without making me look like a liar? Because it's so simple, and at the end it's so deep and strong what you can get of it. For example, self-knowledge, first one. I mean, self-knowledge. Increase your well-being. Strengthen relationships. When you do it, I had done this like between people that don't know each other, and one one phrase I got the other day that I loved was a girl that said, I don't know what you do. I don't know what you people do. I don't know if you're what you study. I don't know, but I know what your dreams are, and that is
Wow.
so powerful. I think that
So cool.
kind of get out all the tags that we have. I'm an engineer. I'm a marketer. I don't care. We forget about that, and we really get to know people. What
Wow.
touches people's hearts, what they dream about. So, I mean, it's
Wow.
amazing for organizations.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I love, Lorena, and thank you for that. It makes, I'm founder CEO of this thing, and I've never, I started this. I couldn't have said it better myself. In fact, I think you just said it way better than I've ever tried to explain what we do. It's that what you just said is amazing, and I think hopefully people watching this, listening to this, can really. It's so simple yet so deep. Yeah, and it's very heart-centered, isn't it? And I love, one thing that I know about you, Lorena, too, as a coach, let alone a bucket list coach, is the fact that you're got such a heart for helping others. And
Yeah.
you really have, and everyone knows it. And whether it be public program, like you've been doing a lot of public programs where people are coming together and they don't necessarily know each other. We do online programs because we've had to, and we do offline programs as well, live programs. But we also do corporate programs where everyone does know everyone. And there's a bit of a different dynamic that's created there. So public programs, private programs, I know everyone who's done your programs, they love you for it. And, like you are the best example of what I, as the founder, certainly set out to bring into our tribe of really wanting to help a lot of people. So excited about what we're doing down there in Chile, and like everywhere that you go. And if you do go abroad and go somewhere else, I'm sure there'll be a big impact there as well. Absolutely love it.
No, you mentioned something important as well, that because I had people that, for example, best friends that get into the workshop, and it's amazing how even people that know each other, they end up knowing things that they never imagined about their best friend. Even it's amazing. Yeah.
We even do. We've recently done a Valentine's Day campaign, and we've had couples, not best friends, but couples, do bucket list workshops together. And from what I'm hearing so far is all these couples are now looking at each other going, what? I didn't know this about you. I didn't know this. And so all this stuff comes up. Good stuff, by the way. Doesn't end in fights. It ends up in good stuff. But they discover so much about themselves. So we've had, sure, we get people to do their individual bucket lists using the My Bucket List Blueprint formula. It's a very structured way to help people uncover, unearth, articulate, extract a personally meaningful and holistic bucket list. So we've got a very structured way of doing this. But once unearthed, people then really discover a whole bunch of things about themselves they didn't know that it was sitting down deep. And then when you get couples, we get couples to do a couples bucket list, a family to do a family bucket list, a company to do a company bucket list as well. Now that's where it gets interesting. And this stuff really, like you would have seen this already. When you do this in corporates, do this in a team of 10 or a team of 50. What happens is they start communicating on a whole different level. And it breaks down barriers. People start seeing each other in a different light, in a different way. And as a result, there's a respect. There's a mutual respect that gets created. So that has a massive effect on culture within a company.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's totally necessary for collaboration, for creativity, better in groups. So I mean, the effects are absolutely amazing.
Yeah, yeah. And what's happening recently is there's also a program happening in Canada, and it's we've got sales managers that are doing that with their teams of sales agents. So they're uncovering all of these everyone's bucket list items, the whole team's bucket list items. I think there's about 20 people that are doing this program, right? 20 people's bucket list. The sales manager is seeing all these, the familiarity, the differences, but also the similarities in every person's bucket list, but actually using their bucket list as an incentive program.
Yeah. No,
which is really cool.
It's like an amazing price, and at the same time, it's a dynamic, a group dynamic that ends up being very personalized at the same time. So
yeah, and the effects on mental health, which is really important these days, and just people generally being engaged. So if you're engaged in your life plan, your bucket list is a tangible life plan. If you're engaged in your life plan, you'll be engaged in your business plan or your career plan, guaranteed. So for you, this is Lorena, a big question, all right? So imagine a big stadium full of people, right? And up the front, you've got a raised stage and a big booming microphone. What would you like to say, and who do you choose to be in the audience?
Okay, let me think. Okay, I have it. I would say start saying no a bit more. Wow. To start saying more yes to yourself. And I would say that to myself 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's so cool. So who do you want to be in the audience?
I would say this to myself 2 years ago.
Yeah. So your stadium is full of Lorenas.
Yeah.
Very cool. Or people like you. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Of course. And yeah.
It's like that, isn't it? Like for every coach that I know, we're all inadvertently, maybe consciously or unconsciously, really coaching our former self, aren't we? We're coaching our former self. We're creating tools, programs, etc., to coach our former self. And I think with our partnership, definitely through Bucket List Coach and what you've been doing in a wider coaching, you've definitely been doing that and helping a whole bunch of different people. And just in wrapping up, Lorena, how can people connect with you? And what's the best way that people can follow you, connect with you, whether they're in Chile or not in Chile, whether they're an ideal client for you or not? Because you're doing programs at the moment, mostly online programs at the moment, or offline?
100% online.
Okay, cool. And you're looking for companies as well as individuals to do the programs. You've got private as well as public, workshops at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. This year, our plan is I have a partner who I started my startup of doing well-being programs, happiness programs, and Bucket List is of course one of our main programs. So this year we're aiming to get with this methodology into companies and also into schools.
Yes.
My partner and I, she also started positive psychology. So we kind of like, I do the methodology, and she does another part that also helps students be more resilient, have more tools for life. So
love it.
So
very
it's nice.
Cool.
Yeah,
and
Be
now,
Giant.
That's your website, Be Giant. What's the story behind Be Giant? Be a giant?
Yeah,
be big, be bold.
Be bold. Yes, we want to help people to grow. I mean, to be the best self possible, to be happy, to do in life what they want to do, to choose they as the protagonist of their lives.
Absolutely love it. And how can people follow you on social media? Where do you hang out on social media the most these days?
LinkedIn as Lorena Lagniel. You can book me in LinkedIn, and also in Instagram as at thegiant.cl, and also bucketlistcoach.lorena in Instagram.
Excellent. Lorena, this has been an absolute, it's great to catch up with you. And like I said before, guys, Lorena certainly has got a big heart for helping others. And she's a very good butt kicker as well. If it's not just all hugs and kisses, she'll get you to do take some real action in your life. And I know that. And that's why you're getting such tremendous results all around you at the moment, Lorena. Thank you once again for being on the Bucket List Life podcast. This has been amazing to chat to you, to catch up. And thank you once again for being part of the Certified Bucket List Coach Tribe. And I can't wait to see what we can do together in the next few years. So thanks a lot, Lorena.
No, thank you. Thank you, Tribe, for letting me be part of your tribe.
Thanks. See ya.
Thanks so much for listening to the Bucket List Life podcast with the world's #1 bucket list expert, Trav Bell. For more great content, go to www.thebucketlistguy.com. We'll see you next time.